Hi, I'm Christine and I'm a mum of 2 girls. Today I'm here with my friends Becky.
Hi, I'm Becky. I'm a mum of 1 little boy and I've got 1 more on the way.
And my friend Sophia.
Hi guys, my name is Sophia and I've got 1 little girl.
And today we want to talk about how we survived the newborn stage. Hi, welcome back to our channel. If you need any support during your breastfeeding or motherhood journey, we are here for you. Just make sure to subscribe and push the bell button to get notified. Almost daunting, you know, having a newborn, and especially going home after the hospital, because you're like without your midwife, you're all by yourself, you're in your home, which is nice. It's always nice to go home.
Yeah.
But then you've got no doctors, no nurses around that can quickly jump in if you need any help. So that's what I found a little bit scary to start with, you know, getting all those routines going. Am I doing this right? Am I breastfeeding okay? You know, how does poos look like? You know, all those sort of things. Like all those things that come into your mind as a new mum.
It's funny that you mentioned poo, because I don't know if it's a new mum thing, but you almost become obsessive over like the colour, the consistency. Is this normal?
Yeah.
Like, and it's just like, why am I obsessing? I'm looking like every time my daughter does a poo, especially in that, you know, even first year, you're constantly looking at it going, does this look right?
Yeah.
Is the consistency right? You're honestly Googling all the time about if this looks right. And it's even like they're spilling, like the amount they eat, you're like constantly like looking up if it's right, especially first time mums.
Yeah.
You know,
Google
you're not
help
sure.
all day.
Yeah.
I think you get like this false sense of security in the hospital as well. Like you're like, oh, I've got this. Like, I can do it. Like, and then you go home and you're like, oh, like I'm in charge of keeping this human like, alive and well. Like it's scary. It's definitely scary.
Yeah, definitely.
The weird thing is though, like, because I didn't grow up around a lot of babies or a lot of kids, so I was a bit like, oh, this is going to be brand new to me. But surprisingly, a lot of things came like naturally. I don't know, did you guys find that it came so naturally? You kind of almost knew, like, I was so scared of holding a newborn, but you just knew how to. You just you knew
it's your mom's instinct kicking, right? You're like, well, that's what I got to do, and that should be the right thing, because I'm her mom. I know what to do, you know. But it's true, those instincts actually kick in, which is really interesting. You've got all those fears and then those instincts come in, so don't worry about it, because you have mom instincts that will definitely help you through the journey.
I remember just being so worried, like I didn't want to sleep when they were sleeping, because I was like,
you're constantly watching.
Like, I can't protect them when I'm asleep. Like I remember that just being really scary. I remember our first night at home was the hardest night I think I ever had. Like he would like cluster fed the whole night, and I was up every like 30 minutes. I just remember breaking down in tears, because I was like, can I do this?
That's actually, I have experienced it actually too myself now. Like it all comes back when you talk about it, but
That's surprising, a lot of things you forget. And I think that's why most people have second or thirds, because they forget how hard it was the first time.
That's not the reason why you have second or thirds.
That's me. You're like, oh, we'll do this again.
Do I want to do this again?
Yes, you do, it's worth it, guys.
The first few days in the hospital was an experience. Talking about our first few days in the hospital, I would say the biggest thing for me is remembering to look after myself, because I'm still recovering as well. I had a cesarean and I had to keep remembering, like, I'm still recovering as well as I'm looking after this newborn baby. So I was just keeping that in the back of my mind constantly, that hey, I'm here as well. I need to drink water. I need to eat. Like, if I can, sleep.
I think for me, like, I had like an abnormal experience. So, like, my first few days felt quite easy to me. I feel like he was quite a chill baby, which I know is like a blessing, but
really good.
Lucky. One thing I did find is like I mentally was like didn't click that he was my baby, and I could kind of do what I needed to do. So like I would ask the midwife all the time, like, can I dress him? Like, and I think that's something that like I would say to other mums, it's like, this is your baby, like do what you need to do, because the midwives, they're great and they're there for your medical experience, but you're the mum now and you need to step into that role. I had a C-section, so it was like remembering to look after myself and like don't be afraid to ask for painkillers and things. Like if you need it, like I was calling all the time being like, oh, I need some more painkillers, like I'm actually in pain. So don't be afraid to keep asking for that, because that really helped me.
Like one thing I would give advice to first time mums, it's when you're packing your hospital bag for your baby, because that's what you think, you pack your hospital bag for your baby.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, is you pack stuff for yourself for that first few days. Whatever makes you comfortable, your slippers, your robe.
Is that what you pack?
Yeah, I had my slippers,
Yeah.
I had my robe, I had bought my own pillow.
Yeah.
You know, I bought snacks that I enjoyed.
Yeah.
So you want to bring things for you.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
you need to look after yourself that first few days, because you will need to go home and look after this child. You also need to breastfeed if you are choosing to breastfeed.
Yeah.
And you just need to look after yourself.
One thing I would say also is use the advice of hospital midwives, because like of course you have your own midwife and like she's there, like, but they're there like on call. So if you need help with feeding, if you need help with latching, if you need help of knowing when you can stand up and do things, like ask them, because they actually have real good knowledge. And I remember being real thankful to like midwives who would just come in and they'd be like, oh, I need help with latching, and they would help me, and that was just really valuable to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like a peace of mind, right?
Yeah.
Like having those ladies, or
Someone with
gentlemen around you.
experience.
Yeah.
Someone with the experience to
for
guide
sure.
you through that first few days.
Yeah. First days of the hospital is definitely something different.
For me, the most challenging part is the sleepless night, 100%.
Yeah.
And I feel like it didn't get better for quite a while. But yeah, what would you guys like the biggest challenge, you would say?
Well, I think for me personally, it was, a lot of moms probably think like this is not a challenge, but I found it challenging because I felt like when you feed and they sleep on you, kind of nap trapped. And I did enjoy it to a certain extent, right? So you watch a movie, you just relax. But I also felt sometimes that, okay, I feel like I need to do this and this and this, you know?
100%.
So, oh my God, the pile of dishes there, like not getting any smaller,
Yeah.
you know, or the laundry needs to be done. Like all those little things, that's what I found challenging to put my mind to and say, it's okay. It's fine that the dishes are there. It's okay the washing has been done, you know? So that's what I found back then as a challenge.
I think like for me, feeding was a challenge. I think like he was a big eater, so like, he was constantly feeding. And I think I struggled as well because like it's hard like realizing that they rely on you for so much, whereas your partner or husband like can kind of not continue with normal life, but like watching your partner like be able to sleep and like you being up at like 3 a.m. and being like, I just want to be asleep.
And you turn around to your partner, they're snoring away.
Yeah,
like oh, but you know, that's what happens when you breastfeed, especially if you're exclusive breastfeeding. That's what we did. Was that we had a plan of like, my partner getting up and I'm getting up. But then when you're exclusively breastfeeding, there's no point of your partner being up because they can get up and be support. But if they have work in the morning, you're like, sleep. I'll do this. I've got this.
You're nice.
Yeah.
You're nice.
Yeah.
I also found quite challenging the fact that you have this newborn now, you know, like putting my mind to it, you know, like putting my mind to say, this is your baby. This is your human, you know what I mean? Like knowing that you're responsible for this little creature, you know what I mean? Like I found that at times challenging to put my mind to it and understanding that that's what it is moving forward, you know. You're raising her and or him, you know.
And you don't only think about
don't fail.
Yeah,
exactly, don't fail.
If
you like this type of video, just make sure to comment below and let us know. Please also follow us on our social medias. Make sure to subscribe and push the bell button to get notified.